Hey, Tess Choi here from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm with Tess and Jun Choi. Um, I am happy that you're here and I welcome you regardless how you found me, regardless of why you opting into our capture page and now watching me. You're all welcome here and I just want to say hello and hopefully we can connect more after this video. Um, but I don't know your story, and I am gonna share with you my story and the reason why I'm here. You see, I don't believe in coincidence now. I think that there's a reason for you're watching me, and there's a reason that I created this video for someone like you to find me online and to watch me now. And there's a purpose for that. So with that being said, that goes both ways. I think there's a purpose in it for myself, and there's a purpose in this for you. So now for me, my intention and June, my husband's intention is we want you to make money. Okay, if you're already making money online, we want you to make more money online. So, and in turn, we make more money, hopefully. But now I got that out of the way. I don't know your reason. It could be you're looking for something more than going to your day-to-day job. It could be more, um, you know, uh, you're looking for some more time to spend with your kid or your family. By working from home. I don't know your reason here, but I can promise you this: if you stay and watch until the end of this video, you will not leave here unaffected. That I can promise you. And so now June and I, when we started our online business, we didn't really have much. And I was the only one working, making us money because my husband June he is taking medical exams here in the States, and he's from Korea actually. And right now he's trying to, become a doctor here in the States. So I am a few years older than he is. So I started out work earlier. But when we first got to the state, when we first got back to the States, I actually lived in the States over 15 years with my family. And for another reason, another story, another time, I went back to China to study for my master's, and and there where I met my husband. And after we are both done with the study in 2010, we came back in the States from Beijing, China. And as you know, or still remember that 2010 was when the unemployment rate was at the all-time high in majority of the states. And here in Atlanta, or we were in South Carolina, it was pretty bad too, because I literally spent about 6 months looking for nothing until one day, and we pretty much used up all of our funds that we brought from China, from our family and friends, and that was actually our wedding gift. So that being said, we were pretty newlywed when we moved here and started really from very little. And after 6 months of non-working, we spent pretty much everything we brought to the States, and we lived in a abandoned home. So if you want to call it homeless, we were one of them. But we had a friend who couldn't keep up with their mortgage payment. They left the house empty, so we thought, hey, why not? So, while I was looking for a job, just lived there for free until the people came and kicked us out. But right before then, I had a friend who introduced to me for a job opening in Atlanta, Georgia. So immediately we moved to Georgia. It was both of us and our 3 dogs that we brought from China. So when we got to Georgia, and when I got to the job that I found from this friend, I little did I know that this was a very underpaid job. I almost didn't want to tell you how much I made, but and I also had to commute in that devil Atlanta traffic, if you know what I'm talking about. But that's where we were, and really, I was literally commuting for this job, an hour back and an hour going to the job, an hour back home. So out of the door by 6 a.m. and wouldn't come back until after 6 a.m., sometimes until 8 o'clock, 6 p.m. I mean, sometimes 8 o'clock p.m. And in that crazy traffic and getting paid really $1,600 a month. So I don't know if that's even a minimum pay, but that's what I was getting paid. And I was so scared of losing that only income that I had. So I hang in there for as long as I could. And it lasted about a year or almost a year. But during that time, my husband, June, as he's preparing for the medical exam in the States, he's been studying all these, learning English as well. So he literally had to start from the beginning. And I gotta tell you, my husband, he is someone who's constantly in a search. And what I mean by that is he's always looking for the answer. He's always and he might share this a little more in detail with you guys in his own videos, but he's someone who's always on the search, who's always under looking for the answer for a lot of his questions that I came to learn are quite important, and that I need to ask more. And but anyways, one of his questions, as you can imagine, it's his first time coming to stay in the States, and this is a totally new country, new environment, a new culture for him. And with not speaking English, he was quite stressed out. And with myself being the only breath, bringing home the income that we needed to stay afloat, to pay the bills, he was looking for a way out. He was looking for something more than me bringing home, checks that we live month to month. So, and when he was doing all those search, I stayed as long as I could in my job because there's nothing else, and I was so afraid to lose this only job that I spent 6 months really waiting for available to me. But when during this time I was all slaving away my life, my husband came across a book by Robert Kiyosaki. And the book's title was The Conspiracy of the Rich. If you guys have not read it, I recommend all of Robert's books. And the reason being, he literally, Robert and his philosophy changed our lives upside down. And we, up until this point, we have been struggling financially, and with my